This is Two Fried Eggs podcast. We're going to try this again. This is now my second time introducing our good friend over there, RMJ Wolf. The first one kind of went kaput. So we are back. This is Bosch Gaming with my boy Dolph and RMJ Wolf. Welcome on in, bro. Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
What's going on? What's going on? How we doing? What's going on? I guess I'm bad luck for the fucking podcast, guys. I do apologize.
Hopefully it'll work out this time, man. I blame
episodes
Dolph. I blame Dolph.
I'm like, what?
Blame the producer.
Yeah, blame it all on Dolph. He's the one kind of controlling the whole show in the background. You know what I'm saying? So we just both point the finger that, you know.
Right.
So again, I hate to ask you again because we already went through this, but tell us about yourself once again, man, if you don't mind. Where you're from and you got family
story.
And
I want to hear it again.
So on and so forth.
Forgot already.
Yeah. So again, my name is RMJ
Wolf.
I go by RMJ or Wolf, whatever you want to call me. You know what I'm saying? Shit. RMJ comes from my family, my wife, my daughter, and myself. Wolf comes from being a leader of a pack.
Aww.
Oh, yeah, that's
right.
Awesome. Yeah.
We can't miss that off of the last time we did this. Come on.
Yeah.
Right, that's the most important part, right?
It touched my heart. It really did.
Oh, that is super cool. Yeah.
I'm a painter by day. I'm a streamer by night. I stream a variety of games from RPG, FPS, shooters, MMOs. The list just keeps going. The more I keep getting more and more into games, I'm like finding out what I like and what I don't like. I kind of found out that I don't like COD no more, so I stay away from that.
Right.
But other than that, I mean, I'm a chill, laid-back streamer. I do art on Sundays. Mondays is stories. Fridays, Fortnite Fridays,
When
and
you
then
say
Saturdays.
stories, what do you mean by stories?
Stories, I do like story games. I do story games.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah.
Single player storyline games. I got you.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And then Friday, I do Fortnite Fridays for like a community thing. We're trying to get me like more people to join in, and we all just talk shit, try to kill people, and cut throats.
You say Fortnite? Is it the one you build on or the one without building?
Without builds, I don't fucking build. I'm trash,
Oh,
bro.
good, man. Well, I may join up. I'll join up and play that shit. I don't know about that building thing, but I could probably shoot something. I've actually never really played Fortnite, so that's why I was wondering.
It either.
I mean, I would play it if it didn't have the building because
it doesn't have the building. When it
just running
have
gun,
the building, I was
fun.
still dabbling in it. But when it came to no builds, I actually started enjoying it more. Seemed like most of the sweats came to no builds. So I dabble back and forth. Sometimes I'll go to builds because I can actually get a dub in builds now.
Dude,
because of no builds, like I said, the sweats.
Man, my son, I have a son that's 18 now, but when he was 13, 14-ish or whatever, I don't remember, probably maybe 15. Dude, he played Fortnite on console. And he could build, like, I don't know how he did. It would just be like, and he's just throwing stuff up, going up. And they would have build offs and stuff with him and his friends, dude. I mean, it was crazy. He was good. He was good,
insane,
dude.
That's
was
crazy
nuts.
as hell.
It was impressive. I'd just sit there and be like, what the fuck? I couldn't believe it. But there ain't no way. That's why I never played it. Because I'm like, dude, how can I compete with that? You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Once you see that
run
shit
around
go off,
shooting.
you're like,
yeah.
You're already
I play with my daughter. My daughter is not a builder at all.
Yeah.
My daughter's not a builder at all. Nah, she likes to go around and she's chasing chickens. She's not competitive, and I'm competitive.
Hey, that's what I do on DayZ. I go around and beat the hell out of chickens all the time.
Wolf, I wish he was kidding, but
I actually have a dead chicken emote.
yeah.
Oh shit. So you're one of the chicken chasers, huh?
That's right.
Chaser, actually.
Yeah.
So, he's a cock chaser.
To chase the cock.
Yeah, that's what I'm always like. I gotta go beat that cock, and I just go running after the motherfucker, whatever I got,
That's the one part of the Moss
man,
that I don't like is it doesn't have any chickens for you to chase, and that because it is a fun part of the stream whenever you do that.
Right? Have you ever played DayZ?
No,
Yourself?
I never played DayZ. A buddy of mine, when I first started streaming about 2 years back, was trying to get me into it, and I just never got into it. I watched it.
Fucking buddies.
I think
I got him into it.
A buddy of mine's Melly Belly, she actually plays it too. So
oh yeah,
might have to check it out. Yeah.
It's Well, that's where like our communities come from. Really, is most of it's from DayZ. I've jumped around and done different things as well, like GTA RP, and switched up a lot of games. Because my problem is like I played DayZ for like a long time, and then I went and I left it and started jumping games and didn't come back for like a year, bro. And that, to me, that was so hard for the channel. And so I admire the guys that just sit there and can kind of play different games and stuff like that. Cause I get sucked in. I feel like I can't always, I mean, I know I can, but I always feel like for the sake of the channel, like I don't want to jump games too much. Cause I feel like maybe I won't get.
He doesn't understand there's time to watch him. That's the problem. He thinks it's because we're out there to watch his gameplay, but I don't play half the shit I've watched him play, and yet he still just doesn't listen. But whatever.
That's what I'm starting to come to realize is that me as a viewer watching other people's streams, I'm not in it for what they're playing. I'm not watching the gameplay. It's more so watching their reaction or how they interact with stream or how they bring the hype or the vibe into stream. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm starting to realize that. I thought at first I'm watching the stream because I want to watch the gameplay. No, it's not the gameplay I'm looking for. It's their genuine being of who they are, and that's what I enjoy watching. The most
definitely get that core group that'll jump around with you for sure, man.
Yeah.
I found, and I've talked to other streamers too that get real into the DayZ community though, is that the DayZ community is one of those, and I'm not talking about like, like I call my community the PG crew or whatever. So those core guys know who they are, but a lot of the people with the DayZ community, like they want to watch DayZ and that's it. Like if you go somewhere else, man, they're just not fucking interested.
Yeah, I mean, some people are like that too. Some people get stuck on just one genre of game because that's what they like. That's what they found to like. You know what I'm saying? They played a lot of different games, and then there's just this one particular game that just draw their attention, and they're stuck on that game. There's nothing wrong with that. Me, I get bored, so I switch around a lot. I get bored, and like I'll sit there. Honestly, guys, I streamed for 2 years. I probably beat 2 games on stream.
Shit, I can't even tell you the last game I beat.
I don't think he beat any.
Hell no, man.
He's got 5 years.
I was just like,
yep.
It was probably just in the beginning where I didn't have so much people coming in the stream and stuff like that. And now it's like I'm doing art streams or I'm doing a game and I'm trying to get into the game, but I'm more so finding myself I'm not in any shape or form, but myself being more of a just chatting streamer. You know what I'm saying? Because I sitting here and I'm drawing, but I'm paying attention to chat and I'm having more of a conversation with my chat than being focusing on what I'm doing. And by the time I fucking end the stream, I'm like, oh shit, we didn't get nowhere in stream today. We've been too busy running our fucking mouths. But
that's cool though, man. And that's a big thing right now because like XQC and all them big guys, man, that's what a lot of their streams are,
It's hard because it's not like you, I don't have people that I run with daily to sit there and have conversations with daily. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like people have like y'all, for instance, y'all might game with each other every now and then. I don't have that. Like every time,
every now and then,
my shit is broken apart because
every day.
Time zones and work schedules and family schedules and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? When my boys run, I work from 5 o'clock in the morning until it can be at 8 o'clock at night. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to sit down and game. All week, this Friday was the first time I sat on my PC. Friday was the first time I sat on my PC all week. And it was like, I need a game. I haven't gamed all week. And when I went to go play Fortnite on Friday, I was trash. I was trash because I haven't touched the game all week.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Man, working all day like that shit too, man, you get tired, dude. It's just part of it.
Beat up.
Yeah. Monday and Tuesday, I can say I worked 26 hours together. I work 13 hours.
See, I just work my normal ass fucking 40 hours, but then I work during the day and then stream every night. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do 50, 60 hours.
So do you have on your with your schedule and the family and all that? Do you not have an actual set schedule as to when you go live, or is it just kind of jump on when you can?
I do now. In the beginning, okay. So when I first started off as a streamer, everybody was saying have a schedule because it's convenient. It helps.
Right.
So I was having a schedule in the beginning and stuff like that, but then I took a 6-month break and I came back and I didn't have a schedule because I didn't know when I was going to have the time to stream. I felt like We all go through our mental states. I go through mental states with depression and bipolar and shit like that. So sometimes I'm not even capable of coming here to stream because I'm not in the right mindset. And I don't like to stream if I'm not in the right mindset because I like to bring the hype, or I like to bring, good vibes and chills or whatever.
Right.
So it wasn't until recently where I started a streaming schedule again. And it's basically when I had to start my Twitch page from scratch. My last Twitch page, I started this new Twitch page in April. My last Twitch page, after I updated my SSD to my PC and everything, I wound up getting locked out my account. My account was set up through my old work email and shit, so I didn't have access to that no more.
Oh,
so
I got
start
you.
over because of the two-way factor and shit. So I literally started over and I was like, you know what, and I was comfortable with my job because in the beginning I wasn't comfortable starting a new job and I didn't know when I was going to be able to fit everything in. So then I wound up getting comfortable with my job. The whole Twitch thing happened and I was like, okay, you know what, let's get a schedule. So I stream Mondays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Mondays and Fridays, you can catch me at 8 p.m. Eastern. Saturdays and Sundays, it used to be a double stream. You can catch me at 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. But now Saturday is a double stream and Sunday is just a regular single stream. The reason why I do Saturday as a double stream is because I do Saturday morning cartoons. And everybody likes to come in and watch Saturday morning cartoons. So I tried to bring that nostalgic feel back. So right now we're watching Gargoyles.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. I like that.
Right now we're watching Gargoyles. So I always tell people to, grab your coffee, your cereal, your breakfast, whatever you want to eat. Feel free to jump in and we'll sit there and watch Gargoyles. We'll probably do like 2-3 episodes and then we might play a game afterwards or beforehand. I might do a game beforehand, just waiting for everybody to wake up. And then we'll jump into Gargoyles. And then on Saturday nights, I do horror games.
Good idea.
Yeah, that is a good idea, man. I like that. That's cool.
I can't wait. I won't be.
That's how we grew up. You know what I'm saying? How old are you? I guess I don't know. I haven't asked. How old are you?
33. I'm 33.
33. So you're a little younger than us, but yeah, man.
Younger than him.
I'm young, but I'm old as shit. Like I'm like
80. That's what you always did. When you was a kid, get your bowl of cereal and go watch a fucking Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah. Saturday morning,
cool.
The 80s to me, I know I didn't really live in the 80s, but the 80s to me was always the best. Always the best when it came to music, when it came to movies, so I like the 80s vibe, the 80s feel, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I go back and I try to pull that nostalgic from out of us because now we're older and some of us don't bring that kid out of us anymore. And that's what I'm trying to do is just lift that kid up out of us a little bit so we can have a little bit more fun as adults.
I just bought me a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle hat.
Hey, let's go. I was about to hit my fucking my sound alert, bro.
It's sitting back here. So I was like, yeah, I've been getting that nostalgia feel a lot. I think it's just because as I get older and stuff, like I've been reaching back to that, like
you miss the stuff that used to be.
Stuff. Well, and I hate that. I mean, the older I get and the further away if I get from it, the less I seem to remember details about, of course, and stuff. So it's like reaching for those memories and things, So I find myself searching, like, I don't have the fucking cash to do it, but I like looking at, like, collectibles from the 80s and things and toys and different stuff like that. It's just kind of cool to see what's out there and be like, oh, I remember that shit,
Yeah.
Bro, you need to get a Switch, man. I got a Switch. I told you I got a stupid good deal on a Switch a couple of months ago. And you can, for $19.99 a year, you can play all the old games on they have an emulator that you can download. I have all the Super NES games, all the 64 games, like everything. It's crazy. I say everyone. There's probably like 50 games on each of the emulators. Right. But like my son is playing Mario. Like he's learning how to game playing Mario, like I did, like you did, like we all did. Like it's cool.
Yeah.
So
if y'all like a retro feel, I have a buddy named Johnny Boombots. He streams on Twitch and his whole vibe is like the 90s and 80s era where he has like a retro thing. He collects all the NESs. So he has the Switches, the NESs, the Ataris. He has a lot of shit in his stream room. He plays retro games. He's playing Zelda. He's doing Mario 64. He's doing a lot of
Nice.
different retro games.
Right.
He's playing
Yeah, that's super
Conker's
cool.
Bad Fur Day. Well, he's not playing that no more because the jokes and shit is over the top on that one. But
Oh, they're amazing. I love that one. Yeah.
Conker's Bad Fur Day was hilarious. It's hilarious. But he didn't want to play it on stream and have people come in, and it's just like overwhelming for them. You know what I'm saying? So he's basically watching out for his community as well. Even though the game's hilarious, I mean, I totally get it from his standpoint.
That's awesome, man. That's something that I remember those little. Well, just here recently, they started coming out with those little fucking NES boxes and stuff that had like I don't know 50 games on them that actually looked like a mini version of the retro
Like
consoles
games.
and stuff. It was pretty cool. Was it
like a Raspberry Pi type?
Yes, but these are the official. Like they're actually licensed through like PlayStation had one. They're not emulators. They're emulators, but they're not emulators.
It's just a mini console, is what it is.
Yeah.
It looks just like the regular NES did, but it's
right. And it already has like the 50 games programmed.
Yeah, they're all on there. You just pick what you want to play. Yeah, it's pretty dope, man.
Dope.
Yeah. And as soon as they came out, everybody scalped them, and
they were gone.
They went up like 300. It was the most ridiculous thing I've ever dealt with. I've wanted one, and I still won't pay. I won't pay for them. I can't do it.
My older brother has one of those Stream Decks. Have you guys seen those?
What is it?
Or not Steam Deck. Steam Deck.
Oh, yeah,
Steam Deck. Have you seen those?
Yeah, my brother-in-law
those,
one.
Man. That thing's sick, boy. He plays everything, his whole Steam library on that bitch, dude. It's pretty dope. And then he went through and got all the emulators and stuff on there too. And my brother kind of geeked out a little bit, but so he's went through and got like all the original covers for each game, you know. So like when you're scrolling through there, it actually looks like the original cover did when you bought the game. And it's a pretty cool little thing, man. The graphics are pretty badass for handheld.
Yeah. It depends on which one you get.
Right.
So I'm not really a fan.
My brother-in-law has one. Yeah, the Switch is hard for me because of the way the controller is set up. I know you can buy separate controllers and stuff like that, but just to have that tiny controller in my hand is just, I can't press the buttons the way I want to.
Have you seen the one that you slide the pieces into and it makes it like about yay big? It's pretty big. I got monster paws and I'm able to use it pretty well. So
no, I have not.
Yeah, crap, it's downstairs. But yeah, I'll send you a link to it. I'll show you what I got. Because, dude, okay, this is a normal size coffee mug. That'll just tell you how. Damn, your hands are fucking huge, bro. Shit. Holy fuck.
This motherfucker.
If I can use it, you'll be able to use it. It's fun. It was. I couldn't use the controllers. I couldn't use it actually like holding the screen. I can't play like that. I put it in the slide and put it on the TV, and I can play with the controller, and it's good then. But my son, 4, almost 5 years old, is loving that thing and playing Mario and Mario Kart. There's one Paw Patrol game that I got him.
I've been downloading those for my daughter, the little Paw Patrol games, man.
Yeah,
he loves that shit. I got a new PC, and my old PC I just hooked up in my living room to the TV, and then I've got the Xbox Game Pass or whatever, and those Paw Patrol games are on there, man. I just download them, hand her the controller, she goes to fucking town, dude. I spaced my kids out, bro. I got a fucking 18-year-old son, a 16-year-old daughter, and 17-year-old daughter now. She just turned 17, and now I have a 5-year-old as well.
Shit.
My little 5-year-old's the one I'm talking about playing she's starting to learn, getting the controls down.
Mine's 15.
Okay.
Oh hell, that age, man. They start getting all that attitude, man.
She don't want nothing to do with me. She's she's already talking. Like I'm like looking at it like, what the fuck you just say? Like did that just come out your mouth?
That shit comes on quick, boy. They hit a certain age, that shit comes on quick. Man.
And my wife is just like, my daughter said some shit earlier, and
rookies.
I said something back, and fucking. My wife looked at me and was like, what are y'all arguing about? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking talking to your smart ass daughter. And she's like, where you think she gets it from? I'm like, fuck.
Damn, I know my sister talks so much shit. And she's like, she's always just this, that, the other. I'm like, yo, that's you. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, and what's even worse is when I sit there and I really piss her off when I say, I grew up with you, remember? So I know all the shit and dirt you got into in high school. And your daughter is doing a fraction of that and not even anywhere close to the craziness. Bro, we had a standing drinking day in high school. Like every Monday, we'd go get a case of quarts and just get drunk on my fucking front porch with my sister and my friends. Bro, this is fucking that's. And she's talking shit because she went out to dinner and then went to a friend's house on the way home. Bro, come on. like you forget how like you have it good. This girl is not smoking, not drinking, not doing drugs, not staying out all night. She may be sexually active. I don't know. She's a 17-year-old teen. It'd be strange if she wasn't, probably. But if that's nowadays, the least she's doing, I'm okay. Like, cut the girl some slack. Like, and then she's a straight A student going to college. Like, she's about to go to college. Like, leave it. Let it be. Like, little things.
Let her live.
She's an asshole. Don't get me wrong. She's a 17-year-old girl. She's a fucking asshole.
Right, yeah.
But she could do a lot of things worse. Like, just the attitude is the attitude. But she's not, she can't go to prison for any of the shit she's doing. My sister could have. Just saying.
Uh-oh. Look behind
you. Yeah.
Dolph, look behind you. You got a visitor.
Where?
I saw something. I saw a little hand come in there.
Is that my hands?
No, your little son was behind you.
Your son was behind you.
Yeah, he came in and was like,
so I'm not even gonna lie to you because I was like looking at the screen how my screens are set up. Like I'm top, and then Bush is middle, and then Dolph is at the bottom. So like I'm looking at the screens and stuff, and all I catch. What? How you say it?
Bosh.
Bosh.
Okay, Bosh. My fault.
Bush.
I didn't even. It's a good beer.
No, it is not. What the fucking redneck hell are you talking about? Bush is good beer.
Hey, I don't know. I tried to drink water.
Oh my god. Oh man. So I seen Dolph's screen and fucking his son's hand was coming through the screen, and I'm like, hold up, is that a fucking ghost right now? I wasn't quite sure what the hell was going on. There's been a lot of I've been around a lot of people who have ghost interactions, and it's not cool seeing that shit on the street.
So you believe in ghosts?
I'm on the fence.
I'll tell you, like when I was little, we lived. My dad had built a house, or my dad and mom and everybody. They built a house, and we lived out in the country, and it was right across the street from a graveyard. And me being a kid, my room was in the basement and all that shit, and I all the time like kept feeling like I saw different things, and like my friend would come over and see different things, and it got to the point one time where I went and told my dad that I thought the house was haunted and shit. But I was a kid, so I was probably just making that shit up. But I was terrified of the basement in that house for a long time, bro. As a little kid, it was crazy because I swear I saw figures and different shit happen and stuff. Fuck. Yeah.
See, that's the thing that puts me on the fence. That's the thing that puts me on the fence because I never seen it for myself, but I've seen it like we watched Paranormal Caught on Camera and some shit like that on television. And
I won't watch that shit at nighttime before bed, bro. I won't go back to sleep. Fuck that shit.
Oh man, I got a story for y'all. But yeah, we watched Paranormal Activity Caught on Camera and shit, and fucking that stuff puts me on the fence because that shit can actually happen. Like they catch that shit on camera, but at the same time, It's like where we live in a world where people like manipulate the internet. You know what I'm saying? So you're not 100% sure what is real.
You never
anymore.
know what's real and what's not.
Yeah, I don't believe any of this shit that I see anymore. Like the last thing that I believed was actually real was Faces of Death. You ever seen any of those old ass VCR?
God. Nah. That was back when we were kids on VHS and shit. Yeah.
I don't know where the hell anybody ever got them from. They had to be banned somewhere. Like they were fucked up. They were literally people just dying, and they caught on camera. Man. Oh man,
remember that? Was it Rotten.com?
Yeah.
Rotten.com. Yeah.
There was Rotten.com and BangedUp.com and different shit like that. That was
like
all
Fair.com.
nasty,
it was fucking crazy,
dude. I'll tell you, man. I saw one on there. I was not for that shit. Like I don't want to see that shit and all that. But one thing that's always stuck in my head is this fucking wreck where a van had hit the back end of like a backhoe or something with like the bucket on the back, and it fucking came through the windshield and smacked the guy in his face, dude. And I just will never forget that image. And I'm like, that's one of them things where I'm like, dude, I don't know how people get on there and look at all that shit. That's not something I want to be seeing. But
I don't know how as a kid I was on there looking on that because I was pretty sure if I'm on there now, it's turning my stomach. Like I'm about to like Earl and shit. Like, nah, I can't do that.
I don't get it. Like, I don't remember. I know I watched at least 2 of those movies, The Faces of Death, back in the day.
Oh,
The only thing I remember was when they killed the monkey. That's the only thing that I remember.
See, I've heard about that, but I don't remember, like, because I never actually watched that shit, man. Shit was never for me.
It was a table with a bunch of people sitting around it, and it was like, had a little, like, a hole in the middle, and they put the dang monkey's head popped up through it, and they have, like, sitting up like that, and they were with, like, sticks and stuff, killed the monkey, broke open its skull, ate its brain. So that was
Jesus.
Yeah, dude,
I remember hearing about that, but I never actually watched it.
I watched that one. It's the only thing that I remember of that.
That was like the fucked up shit that you see on the internet before the internet. You know what I'm saying? Because the internet wasn't around back then with that shit. So.
Yeah, internet wasn't fucking with that shit. Now.
It's crazy
now they fuck with anything.
It's crazy how far shit has come, though, man. Even like since we've been kids and stuff with just a regular, you know, well, when I was little, it was Atari and then NES and so on and so forth, but. And to where it's at now makes you wonder where the fuck it's going to be at in another, 30, 40 years. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they're going to be playing games from their glasses, bro. They're like fucking holograms and shit on the table.
Did you ever see that new deal that they made? Like, it was a first person, like, looked like body cam footage, but it was a first person shooter that they made on the Unreal Engine. Yeah, it looked almost real.
Yeah.
There was little parts and pieces you could tell where it didn't, like when they kicked the door open or something, you could kind of tell that wasn't it. But boy, there was parts of that where you're like, is this fucking real or what's going on? You know, it was
that
crazy looking.
That shit looked dope.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's going to be amazing. I'm excited to start seeing more Unreal Engine 5 games coming out and to see what they can actually do.
Because that means I'm going to have to upgrade everything in my PC.
True. I just upgraded some. I'm hoping mine will run for a while, but we'll see.
Mine's about a year and a half old, maybe. Hopefully, that should be good.
I'm in the works of building one, and then eventually this one will go to my daughter. But I've upgraded this one. When I bought it, was an i3 with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and then like 220 gigabytes of memory for SSD and shit. So I upgraded to the i5. It still has a 1650 GTX. And it's 32 gigabytes of RAM and 2 terabytes of the SSD.
Really? It sounds like you just need to do get a new graphics card.
Yeah, for this one, but I'm building one, so this one is going to my daughter, and she's not going to be doing too much with it.
My last one I had was one of those pre-builds, man, and this one I got now. My brother is my younger brother. I have 2 brothers. And my younger brother is like head of an IT for one of the schools around here. And so I just said, hey, I have this much money to spend. And he ordered all the parts and we went down and picked it up and he put it together for me and shit, man. So
that's dope.
It's all set up. It's only got a 30 series card in it now, but then it's set up to where I could upgrade to a 4000 series, when I want to and shit. It's
only a 30 series? That's still pretty damn good.
Right. Yeah, 30 series is dope as shit, bro.
I got a
1650.
I got a 3060. I fucking know what it does. It's a really nice card. Like I can play everything beautifully. Trust me. So
well, I love it because I was struggling before because I just run one PC. You just run a single PC at 2, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Well, and at that point I was doing GTA RP and I had to turn all my. It sucked because I always want the stream to look as good as possible. You know what I'm saying? And with doing GTA on that computer and running the stream and everything else, I always had to turn the graphics down and because you get into police chases or some shit and then start lagging out,
and shit.
So that's one of the issues I always had with playing GTA was just that I felt like my stream didn't look as good as a lot of the other ones,
right? Which
is big for me. But have you ever done any like RP games or anything like that?
So I've downloaded GTA to do RP, and a couple of buddies of mine were supposed to do it, and then another couple of buddies of mine were supposed to do it, but they never did it. So no, I haven't downloaded it.
It's fun. I never did it.
It looks cool.
Yeah, I've had some of the best memories I've had in games there, and also some of the worst, honestly, because of the drama and the bullshit. A lot of people are using it as a fucking dating app and shit. It's almost like because they get these characters and like they'll have wives and shit and husbands and be in these fucking in-game relationships and stuff, and
it's crazy.
It's all fucking twisted around, and then the gangs, like the gangs in the RP thing, it's a whole bunch of fucking soft ass motherfuckers trying to act hard and like one up each other and shit, and so
that don't know shit about
I'm not
being
saying
fucking
that about
G.
everybody, but I'm just saying that Like you can tell some of these dudes watch too many goddamn movies, you know, and shit. So.
Yeah, and then try to be something they're not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's what it is because, like, one of my characters, I played Leroy, who was a black guy and started out as a police officer. Yeah, actually, tall, slender, he did.
Hold on, no, look at your shirt. Look at your shirt
and all that. Oh,
it's
yeah. This is him right here. That's the character I played.
Oh,
and,
shit.
It was so much,
look
like him.
Yeah, it was so much fun, man. Like super fun, and I feel like the way I did it, I was super careful to be respectful, obviously, and all that, playing the character. But God, we had a good time, and I'm super stoned. I don't remember where I was going with this now, but. This is good weed. This is good weed right here, by the way.
That does that to you.
Your point was that people trying to act like things that they're not, and you were like, I was acting like a black guy.
Obviously, I'm acting like what I'm not.
No, that's what you're saying. You said, I was just going to act
Thank you for finishing my thought for me because my weed made me forget this shit. Thanks,
Welcome
bro.
to Fried Eggs. My name is Delph.
And that's why there's two of us and not just one sitting here doing it so we can help each other out when we forget what the fuck we're talking about. So
every single episode there's
two half brains make one.
That's right.
Or none.
Hopefully. We think.
Right.
We hope we're working with half a piece.
We have
depends on the day.
Do we have to?
So what plans do you have for the future? Like, what goals are you trying to hit right now and whatnot? Do you have any kind of certain goals you're reaching for?
That's a tough question. I have one goal in mind right at the moment. And that goal, because I've had to start Twitch over again, is to reach 200 followers. I'm doing things a little bit differently than I did before because of everything that I've been through and everything that I learned and came across. So in the beginning, we learned follow for follows and support for support. It doesn't work. It doesn't fucking work. And I didn't learn that till probably like a year and a half into the game, right? There was a lot of people out there that was doing support for support and follow for follow that actually helped me grow. So I thought that was the way to do it. I didn't know
but
what
they
Twitch
never come
was.
through.
Right. I'll be honest with you. I'm one of them people that just doesn't think the follower count really matters.
Nah.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
I understand reaching for those goals because I do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, 'cause that's you are growing at that point.
Right.
But man, you got to get them people in there.
But he's close to 8,000 on Twitch, and but he was averaging 7 or 8 viewers, right?
Well, like 10 to 15. Yeah.
Okay, 10
with 8,000 followers.
That's the thing. That's where I'm getting with, right? So my last channel was like around 500 followers. Once like a year and a half got into it, I went the commander route and I started knocking those numbers down. The reason why I start knocking those numbers down because I was at 500 followers and I'll have 3 viewers, and those numbers to me didn't make fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? So I started knocking those numbers down, and I got to around where it was like maybe 300 or 400, and then I was like, okay, we're going to knock those numbers down some more. So I think before I got locked out my account, it was at around 250, I believe. Then I got locked out, and then I was like, you know what? We're going to do something different. We're going to go out there, and in the beginning, I was making a persona. I was trying to make somebody who I wasn't. I was trying not to
like
cuss
a
on
character
stream.
Or something.
Yeah, because of people who might come in the stream. I was trying to play certain music so that way everybody enjoyed the music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't listen to a lot of rap, and if I do listen to rap, I don't like listening to rap that has the N-word in it. I don't use the N-word myself, so I try to stay away from that.
I don't use the N-word, but I do listen to music with the N-word in it all the time.
What's the stuff that he's talking about, though?
Yeah.
We grew up with it, though. That's the thing.
That's what I grew up with.
Yeah. I grew up with it as well. Like I grew up in a bad neighborhood and shit like that.
Because he's a better person than you.
Dude, I have to be like, I'll be on my shit fucking going. Like, especially now that we're over on Kick, I can start playing some music and stuff again. I was just on my birthday because I grew up listening to like my first CDs were All Eyes on Me with Tupac and Doggy Style with Snoop and Dr. Dre's The Chronic, like Bone Thugs and Harmony, all that bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'll be listening to that stuff and I'll be rapping along, and then I have to I edit myself as I'm going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I edit myself going through it, but
I mean, songs like that that carries the N words is not like it's not. I'll listen to, but songs nowadays that's carrying the N words are carrying it like 5 times within the first sentence of the fucking song. You know what I'm saying? Right. So they're dropping it way too much, and I just can't listen to it. That's like watching 12 Years a Slave. I can't watch that.
Well, that shit back then was straight up like
Django. I can't
gangster rap. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like back in the early days of West Coast, East Coast stuff, that was a lot of gangster rap, and like they were pretty hardcore. Not saying that a lot of rappers aren't now, but it seems like that maybe it's kind of switched up because you don't have the different sides battling each other and shit all the time. You know, it's more just individual rappers going at individual rappers rather than whole coastal battle back in the day,
right.
You know?
it's not this side or that side no more. It's like you're the target, you're the target.
What is your preferred type of music? Like, what do you prefer to listen to?
I don't have a strict genre. I don't have a strict genre.
I'm the
My
same
Spotify pretty much plays anything. I listen from anything from, like I said, I do rap. If it's rap, there's certain artists I listen to. I do some like country, I do some R&B. Rap, it comes to like more so like lyricists. So there's Tech Nine, there's Jid, there's
Hey, I'm from Kansas City, bro. Love Tech Nine. Let's go. Hell yeah, dude. Big love.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So certain people like that. There's Jid, there's J. Cole, there's Dax, there's fucking I like
J.
a lot
Cole
of fast rappers.
That song I was listening to, what was that? OJ. What was
Ramen and OJ?
Was that Ramen and OJ? Is that J. Cole or no?
No, that was
who was
Jordan
that?
Lucas.
Joyner Lucas, that's right. My bad.
Yeah.
I was mistaken.
I like both of them as well. I like Joyner Lucas as well.
If you haven't listened to OJ and Ramen, it's a really good show. Really good song.
That's a quality song, man.
Because I don't think I've heard it.
Oh,
so think about Joyner Lucas too. He can fucking rap forward and backwards, which is fucking crazy.
I haven't heard that. Oh yeah, that's wild, man, to be able to do that shit.
Yeah.
Well, we're already best friends now. As soon as you said Tech Nine, man, we're fucking much. We're best friends now, dude.
Yep. I listen to Tech Nine every day at work.
If this stuff wasn't hanging there, this right here, this red flag is a Kansas City Chiefs deal because I'm born and raised and grew up in the Kansas City area, man. So I've been listening to Tech since I've listened to music, really.
Hell yeah.
Ever since he started making music, so he's hell yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely dope.
Still never met him though. What the fuck?
I don't think so.
All this time, never met him. No, probably not. Nope.
You're a short, fat white guy that works in the parts.
I don't hang in any circles now. I'm a content creator. I go to fucking work and I come home and I create content.
I hear you.
That's the fucking truth.
What's the outside? No, I'm just
right. I don't even know what the real world is anymore. Is that shit even real?
So I'm not there yet. I'm not even close, and neither is Bosch because we're idiots and we keep starting over. How's it feel to know that you're gonna be childless soon? How's your life gonna change?
18's coming up quick, huh?
Yeah, it's coming up real quick. I don't think she's going anywhere.
Think you're gonna have a few extra years? I tell you right now, though, man, that's pretty much normal nowadays. I think
nowadays,
the price of everything and shit.
I left home when I was probably about 16, 17.
I was 17.
I was kicked out because I was a piece of shit.
I mean,
I was at that same age.
Yeah, I was 16, 17. I had some things where I was kicked out and shit, and I had a statewide search on me and certain shit. But
whoa, there's a story here.
No.
Hey, I finally got a question not answered. I'm loving it. Mark this shit. Episode 43. My first question that no one didn't answer. I like it.
Nice.
It's not like an interesting story. I mean, my story from that is just like I ran away from home. Me and my dad never seen eye to eye, and I ran away from home probably like at 14. I was gone. I wasn't really gone. I was on the same block where I lived at.
Man, it sounds like we've been through a lot of the same stuff.
So my dad wound up calling the cops so that they can come find me, and they wound up putting a statewide search on me. And yeah. I was walking down the street, passing the cops and everything.
Dude, when I was like fucking 13 or so, I took off on my bike and rode out to a friend's house. It was like several miles away. Like I lived in a small town, and next thing, well, my mom worked for the police department. She was a dispatcher. You know what I'm saying? So of course the cops are all over the place, and then I was a terrible kid, man. I really was. But anyway, long story short, they ended up showing up at the house. I tried to bail out the back window and run as a kid, and because I thought I had it so bad, you know what I'm saying? And then they fucking slammed me on the ground and brought me around, and I went back home, you know. But
so
I had that same kind of experience a little bit.
I bailed out the back window too. So I was actually at my cousin's house, and it was right across the street from my house, right? I was at my cousin's house, and there was a knock on the door. And you know a cop knock. Anybody knows a fucking cop knock.
Dude. Absolutely.
So I took off running up the stairs. My cousin opened up the door, and you hear the cop, hey, so-and-so here. I'm not going to put my real name out there. Hey, is RMJ here? And I'm like, fuck. So so where we lived at was like a apartment complex, and it's more like condos. So it was like 4 or 5 houses together. But the back house is just like a little rancher almost. So I was able to jump out his window onto the roof of that house and jump off the roof of that house. And I just took off. Yeah. I was
crazy. I just remember when I did that shit, it was super cold, and like my friend's dad didn't know I was there, you know, so I was out because he lived out in the country, you know what I'm saying? So I was out in the woods, fucking like this little kid getting scared because you hear coyotes and shit, you know, and I'm freaking out. And it was fucking snowing and stuff. Finally, when his dad went to sleep, that's when we went in the house. And then shortly after, you know, I of course got in the fucking window the same way I tried to get back out. So the cops show up, and my friend's dad didn't even know I was fucking there, you know, because I'd snuck in the fucking house. He's like, no, he's not here, blah, 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 blah. And they went away, and then they ended up coming back and doing it again. And then they were coming in to look through the house. That's when I tried to bail out the window, and the cops were already back there, like, waiting for me, bro. I didn't have a chance, dude. There's just flashlights in my face as soon as I come out the window, dude.
Fuck.
Son of a bitch.
So, yeah,
I'm sitting here telling y'all stories. My stream don't even know. My fucking own community don't even know.
Well, congratulations, they do now.
Yeah.
And I'm still have every 100% of my questions answered. Because you still answered.
Still answered it.
Answer your question. I ain't gonna leave you hanging.
I would have loved you hanging me. That would have been great, man. Honestly, we ask every single person that comes on here like things like that. Are there anything that you don't want us to touch on? And I'm sure you would have never thought it would have went there. Otherwise, you may have said, "I don't want to talk about this," which you would have respected and everything. But no one ever.
No, I'm an open book. I got tons of stories. Like there's one guy that I'm close to, and he got me basically as far as I am today. He helped me out with a lot of things when it came to audio and capture card and not even stream. So when I first started streaming, I was streaming for laptop and fucking a PS4. I didn't even have a capture card, so there was like a live stream where you can cloud base your stream to the fucking thing and not have a capture card.
This motherfucker's copying me, bro, because that's what I did. I started out on console with a goddamn laptop and all that shit, man. What the
fuck? And then he was basically like, you got to get a PC, you got to have this, you got to have that, become a better streamer. You know what I'm saying? So and at the end of the day, you really don't need none of it. It's just cosmetic shit. Yes, you might need a better PC to run certain games or whatever the case may be. But all this shit that's back here that y'all might have in y'all back, you don't need none of it. You don't need to have it. This shit just came because I thought it'd be cool addition to the stream. It's just to show a little bit of part of me and what RMJ Wolf is about. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I just throw up a bunch of random shit all over the place, you know? So
yeah.
I do have these little banners I bought. Like I switch those out every once in a while. I haven't switched it in a long time, but that's one of them things, dude. I've went through so much different stuff of spending money for the background that I probably didn't need to fucking spend starting out and stuff because I wanted it to look a certain way. And then I'd be like, oh, well, that's not working. Or I didn't like it. So I'd switch it up and buy something else. Or I got to where I was trying to switch it up per like what game I was playing sometimes, every once in a while where I'd play.
Oh, no, that's too much.
Yeah. But I just buy those fucking drapery things and is what I've always done. And then I got fucking floodlights. I like your fucking little starlight thing, man. That's pretty dope.
I do too, yeah.
Yeah, I like that on the back where they're kind of moving and shit. Yeah. I don't blame you. That was a good theft, man. That was quality theft there. Good job. Because I like it, man. It's more subtle than just because these are fucking floodlights, dude. So
it's
just freaking
bright, I think.
everybody, everybody gets freaked out about that bear too. My
I
wife
keep
was like,
watching
"We should
that
cut it
motherfucker,
open."
make sure
I'm
he ain't gonna
waiting.
move or something.
Yeah,
I'll holler at you
yeah,
if it does.
Yeah, everybody keeps waiting for it to move.
Dude.
So that's the thing about the room.
Though.
That's the thing about the room. That bear is my wife. So, and then the monkey over there is my daughter's.
Wait,
This
that
room
bear's
shows.
You said that bear's your wife?
That bear is my wife's bear.
Oh, I
bought
thought
it
maybe
for
you-
her.
Oh my god! I was like,
maybe
this just got interesting,
or something, man. I don't know. I'm like, I was waiting for her to stand up
yeah.
and start dancing
That's
around.
my
or
baby
something.
right
All
there.
right.
You know.
Like, this
That's my
just got
baby.
interesting. All right, let's get down and
She
dirty.
always back there. She always back there.
That's funny.
But
love
yeah.
it.
So this room just shows off a little bit of me, myself, and my daughter. Me, myself,
How
my
did,
wife. Myself, my wife, and my daughter. Yeah, there we go.
How'd you and your wife meet?
A dating website.
Really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
I've been-
Which one?
I moved back from Texas. I was in Texas. I lived there for 7 years. And then from Texas, I moved back to Maryland. As adults and having lives and shit like that, we don't really get out to meet people and
Oh, yeah,
shit.
yeah.
No, not anymore, man.
Right. So went on to a website called Plenty of Fish.
Oh, plenty of
Yeah.
fun.
There you go.
Hey, that's where I met my last baby mama.
Oh shit. Oh shit. So
I stay off that motherfucker now, though. I ain't trying to fucking have any more kids, though. I'm fucking staying off all this shit. Boy. Fuck that.
So we got to we didn't get together right away, but we met off of there, and it's crazy because we started talking through text, and then one day I picked up the phone and I decided to call her, and we was talking over the phone, and Plenty of Fish, they can be anywhere from 25 miles or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Any dating website or whatever. So we're talking on the phone, and an ambulance either goes past her or me, and I was like, "Hey, yo." Like, did an ambulance really just drive past you? And she was like, yeah. I was like, she's like, how'd you know? I said, I can hear it on my end, plus like the receiving end, plus like driving past me. You know what I'm saying?
Shit.
So I was like, I'm not trying to be nosy or whatever, but where do you stay at? And she like kind of gave me like the general area. It wasn't trying to give me like, you know what I'm saying?
And right
So-
then, you grab the condoms and the baby oil and fucking out the door.
So fucking, she literally lived like 5 minutes from me.
That's
5 minutes from
crazy,
me.
man. That's
That's
wild.
awesome.
And 8 years later, we've been together.
8 years now, huh?
8 years.
No
8
shit.
years.
And been married for how long?
Ooh, we're not married. We're not
Oh,
married.
you're not married. Okay,
Not
okay.
I just
Oh,
called
my
a
bad.
wife.
My
8
bad.
years
Don't-
along at a time.
Okay,
I've
I
been
got
through
you.
the
I got
marriage
you. Well, yeah.
situation. You know what I'm saying? And the marriage thing is just a piece of paper, just saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Change anything.
I've
It
never
doesn't
been
change a damn
married.
thing.
I was with my older kid's mom for 7 or 8 years, and yeah, we never got married either, man. Thankfully, because
Yeah,
she still took
yeah.
me to the fucking cleaners.
I
had a
mean,
wedding. We had
the
a wedding and
ex-wife,
didn't get married for 2 years.
Damn.
We had a wedding
and then get
everybody
married for 2
came,
years.
Didn't get legally married for 2 years.
Oh fuck!
It was
That's
awesome.
a story. That's a story.
No, not really. So we were living in Jersey, and all of our family was down in Florida, where I'm from.
Okay.
So we were having the wedding on a cruise ship down there in port. So it was going to be in the state of Florida, and the state of Florida, it's a pain in the ass to get a marriage certificate. It's like 3 days or something like that. You both got to be there. And me and her, we were not. I was still working up there, and she went down to plan the wedding. So we weren't in the same place enough time to go get a marriage license. So we just came down, had the little certificate from the cruise, and then went back to Jersey when we were done with the cruise, and that was it. And then 2 years later, we're like, maybe we should actually get married.
Yeah,
I think the only people that do know that is my family, if her family, and if they're listening, hey, they just learned something new.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
But yeah, my dad would give me shit every time I called. Hey, you married yet? Hey, you married yet? Hey, you married yet? I'm like, fuck, no,
Damn.
no.
yeah,
Then
Now
I'll
we
find
are.
out, yes, I am. Well, I had been married before, and
Right.
I got fucked over hardcore. So not that I wasn't trying to get married. I wanted to marry my wife. I love her, and that spend the rest of my life with her. That's not what I'm saying. I was just saying I know that the certificate didn't do anything for the marriage.
Right. Yeah.
The marriage is in love. It's between us, and it's our union. It is not the state's issue.
I'm too crazy for anybody to want to marry me, boy. I tell you what,
drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not gonna lie.
You watch, dude. I was just
I
fucking.
like both y'all beards.
Oh, thanks, man.
Well, thanks.
Just be glad you don't have all the gray, man. This. I've got pictures from like 5 years ago, and all this gray wasn't there. It's come in quick, man. So.
I found one.
Oh hell! Oh hell! It's starting. It's starting, man. It's starting.
So I can tell my daughters from her. So I got like 6 in my head and then 1 on my face.
Get back on some game stuff here, man. Do you have any games that you're really looking forward to coming out? Is there anything? No, I'm not. The reason I ask is because I don't have shit, and I'm trying to find some stuff that I want to play and whatnot.
I'm not really the type of person. Like, I do a variety of games, and that's because I come across them from other streamers and stuff like that. But I'm not a really person who like keeps up with what's coming out and what's new and shit like that. I've seen like some things that the PS5 is pushing, that Sony's pushing out, like the Spider-Man 2 looks dope, and I don't want to have to buy a PS5 to play it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the Spider-Man 2 definitely looks dope. There's a few games coming out in like the near future that looks pretty dope, but nothing recently at the moment. Nah. Exo Primal came out. I played that. I'm not a fan of that. Man,
I've been looking. I think just today I was just kind of killing time, you know, in between. I did, I think, 2 different little streams today. Like I said, I was having trouble getting in the groove, but anyway, in between that, I was just looking at games, you know, just trying to be like, well, is there anything I want to try? God damn it, dude! We're just scrolling through fucking Steam, and there's just nothing that just jumps out at you. That's like, man, I really want to try that. It's just all the same old shit, or just
Yeah,
I'm in one of them deals with gaming right now where like I think my favorite game is DayZ, but even that, I mean, you play it every single day, you
start to get tired.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I'm still telling you need to download Wildlands. We need to play. Just take a night.
I did
play
that, man. I couldn't get into that motherfucker.
You played by yourself though, right?
Yeah.
It's different when you have 4 people playing that co-op. It's so much fun.
Whose idea was it to start playing some motherfucking poker, dude? That wasn't
my
a bad
fucking idea.
That was your idea, wasn't it? It's like low stakes poker or something.
Yeah.
I like playing. You ever play cards? You like playing cards, or have you ever played cards?
I played cards. I played spades. I've taught myself how to play poker.
I learned spades as my younger years. I was in trouble.
I was in the army. I learned there.
That's how I learned.
I learned from my grandmother, probably about like 8 years old. She taught me how to play spades.
No shit, nice.
Yeah, we sat. I was always sitting and watching.
I hadn't even thought about it. That's crazy.
And then my dad would want me on his team, and I would be on his team and shit. And then he got to the point where he thought I was counting cards. So he thinks I have a little bit of that in me. I don't fucking know if I count cards or not. My brain just figures shit out. I might be like Rain Man, but
there ain't nothing wrong with that.
I taught myself poker by playing Red Dead Redemption. But then
I love it.
Nice.
I played Red Dead Redemption and was sitting there playing poker at the table and was like learning it bit by bit and taught myself. So then I taught the wife how to play poker and then was learning that bit by bit. And then we stopped playing, so I completely forgot how to play poker.
God, I really got into it there for a while. Like we call them boats here, because they got to be built like next to the river or whatever. It's actually just a big casino, but we call them boats.
It's on a boat.
Yeah, it's an actual. Yeah. Anyway,
it's a steamboat out there, but it looks like a regular hotel unless you go on the backside of it.
Yeah, because the backside of it is part of a boat, but then they build the whole fucking deal around it, so it's just a giant building, you know.
Exactly. But stupid.
Around here in Kansas City, they call it the boat. So I'd go down there and we'd play tournaments and stuff like that, and like you do like $60 and play in a tournament. God damn, it's fun, man.
Oh,
just the atmosphere and everybody. You never know. You're trying to read everybody and stuff, and I want to get back into it a little bit just to fucking exercise my brain more, you know, because that's one of the things where you're trying to analyze people and try to figure out, like, all right, motherfucker, what you really got over there, you know?
Yeah, that's the same thing when like how I play spades.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I don't know why we don't do this for stream. Pump this OBS through this, right? And we'll just go through our own like a website and have a single room for our like all of our friends to play together. So we all put in $20 or whatever, and it's just a tournament in there.
Well, how are you going to do it? Because you would have everybody would have their own deck of cards and shit.
No. There'll be a web.
Or you join like a room and play.
Yeah, we all join a room, but
that would be fucking dope if we could find a way to do like a fucking live poker game that like with like this setup. That would be kind of cool, man.
I think we can do it.
That's interesting. So anyway, that's something to think about, though. That's a good idea. I think if somebody could pull that off, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Hey, editing Dolph. Remember this. Hey, there's a good idea back there. Just editing Dolph. Go back.
Go back and listen to that. We'll have to try to figure that out. But... well, that's cool, man.
I hope I remember.
We're coming up on that whole hour mark, dude. It just flies by.
It does. It does.
Feel like well, it's interesting to have heard that we pretty much ran away at the same age. In the same way, bailing out the fucking window with the cops getting us, and started out our streaming careers the same with the setup and whatnot. Yeah. And dude, that's cool as shit. I love the fucking shirt.
Let me ask you one more question though before you go. Yep. I'm sorry, I'm gonna interrupt
you. Go ahead, man. Yeah.
We had talked about earlier that you had a podcast. You stopped because you were getting into real life, and I get all that because me and him have talked about that before. Like, what would it take us to stop it? Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
How many views were you getting before you stopped? Like, was it popular, like serious, or what? I'm just curious.
I can't for the life for me to remember, but like it will get views and then it wouldn't get views. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes depending on the topic, I may have 20 views. On another topic, I may have 14 views. On another topic, I might have 8 views. So it all depends on. I wasn't very good at marketing or promoting the podcast. So I wasn't out there on Twitter and shit like that. Like, hey, come listen to us. People that we meet.
Like we annoy motherfuckers all the time.
Hey, so. you got to, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to. In order to get people, my homie got a podcast. I don't know what they talk about on his podcast, but he's been doing it for a little while.
Which is sad that your homie. That's what we're just talking about. People don't market themselves. It's horrible that your friend, you don't know what your friend talks about because he hasn't probably told you enough or marketed to you enough. Like, that's crazy to me.
Right. So, I mean, I haven't really got into it. I know they talk about sports on there, and I'm not like a big sports person. You know what I'm saying? So I know they talk about sports on there, but he promotes it. We're in a group message, and I met him through streaming as well. And we text each other and stuff. So we have a few guys that we met from streaming in a group message, and he'll promote it there. But he doesn't use Twitter. He doesn't even stream no more and stuff like that. So he's not posted in other places that I believe. But he uses like Spotify, iTunes, whatever. Basically, you can wherever you can post your podcast. He uses all of those, and he does pretty fucking well for himself. He gets about 40 views. He gets about 40 to 60 views on his podcast. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
I know how hard that is.
Well, he also knows a lot of fucking people in the real world. So
right.
Yeah. So it's not about it's about streaming. You can interact and get the network and get to know more people to get your content out there, your podcast out there, whatever you're pushing out. But sometimes your small community that you have around you, your family, your friends, or whatever, can also be a bigger part of that community.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, I think
that's I hate it though. My family doesn't know about the podcast, or at least I don't talk about it.
Mine does. Everybody knows about it, but it's one of them things where I like at work and shit. I don't mention it because I smoke weed and shit on here, But I mean, they know but I smoke openly on my stream as well, so it's not like they don't know.
Yeah, I'm not hiding anything. It's not
something I
none
talk
of them are
about,
listening anyway. My brother listens. I've sent it to him. He's listened. But outside of that, like my family they're not gamers. My mom specifically was telling me.
We specifically don't share the podcast and stuff on Facebook and stuff like that because that's more of a family oriented, like for us growing up and stuff. That's what everybody used that to keep in touch with their family and shit back in the day and stuff. Mm-hmm. So I got work people and all that other stuff, man. So we strictly promote through like mainly through Twitter and in our channels,
Twitter, Discord,
or you create a whole nother account for Facebook underneath the 2 fried eggs thing and promote it that way.
So I did. You know what happened to it?
They got facial recognition and shit, don't they?
No, they got fucking banned. Remember?
Oh, yeah, because
because of our
weed,
content.
Oh, shit.
Insta ban.
Yeah.
Not like they saw our content and then said, "Nah, these guys are horrible." Just like that.
Damn.
Yes,
Damn,
I made the account and
Just
they
because
shut
of
us
the-
down immediately.
Being about
Fuck.
cannabis and shit.
So I was like, I won't go back there. I
yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
I got another
I haven't
question.
had
Now.
Facebook in
We're
eight-
not letting you go, motherfucker. You're just gonna have to stay
I'm
here
good.
and chat a while.
I'm good.
Because I never did ask, man. When did you start? Like, when was the first time you smoked weed and all that?
Yeah, cannabis. Not talking about cannabis. Got it.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? We didn't even get there. We've just been enjoying the conversation. Shit.
I smoked when I was younger, and I wasn't like a big smoker.
Right.
So story behind me smoking when I was younger. I used to live with a stripper, and I lived with her for about
I love this guy.
maybe about a month or two. I lived with her. I was dating her niece at the time. She would have to get fucked up and go to work in order to go to work, and she would smoke and drink in order to get fucked up before she left. I was probably about 15, and that's when I started smoking and drinking. And then after like maybe a year or two, I stopped and just was just not doing it anymore. But I actually picked it back up 8 years ago and started smoking. I was a heavy drinker. I used to be able to drink a 30-pack by myself. That's when I was with my ex-wife, and
I've known some people who have been able to just take a 30-pack a night and shit and drink that shit down. So yeah,
my ex-wife was one of them.
yeah.
So I basically got that from her and shit like that. I mean, after we got separated, I mean, I wasn't really too hurt that we were separated because that feelings for her was no longer there. But it was just I picked up drinking heavy. Then after I met my girl that I'm with now, she was a smoker. So 8 years ago, I picked up smoking and I stopped drinking.
Right.
So
hey, good for you,
my
man.
wife can't be around it.
Really?
My wife, yeah, she can't be around cannabis at all. Like if I open it up in the house, she's like puking and stuff. It's all like she had meningitis probably 8-9 years ago. Probably 8 years ago. And she's just had certain things that have just never went back. Like she can't regulate her body temperature, things like that. So so she'll be sitting there in a nice cool house and she's sitting there full sweats and everything under blankets and still shivering because she just can't, her brain doesn't know that she's warm. And it's still
sorry that I'm super high on when you said that I pictured your wife as an alligator.
Oh my god!
I thought I should apologize for that.
Why an alligator though?
I know.
Because alligators can't regulate their temperature. They got to lay in the sun to warm up.
Oh god.
We on the Animal Channel, guys.
Oh. Oh my god.
Told you it's good weed, bro.
Oh. Oh goodness. Holy crap. What's wrong with
I
you,
didn't
bud?
know what was going to come out of his mouth though. He's like, "I'm sorry, I'm picturing your wife," and when you're talking about, and I don't know why, but I was picturing her as an alligator. I thought he was going to say butt ass. I was going to say what? Hold on, you can't be saying that shit. Yo. That's your homie. He said alligator. Threw me over the fucking fence. Like
I was prepared for perverted. I was prepared for perverted.
So
and then he went with alligator. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Because you said she couldn't regulate her temperature, and then a fucking alligator popped into my head. I don't know. That's why I apologize for it.
Did she have like curly hair like my wife does? Like...
the alligator wearing a red wig.
Oh no. My wife is
I'm
Puerto
crying,
Rican,
dude.
like
shit.
curly
Yours
hair,
too?
afro, that kind of stuff. I'll end up getting stabbed one day. It'll be her.
Yeah. My wife talked about stabbing all the time because she's full-blooded Puerto Rican.
I live alone. I'll probably still get stabbed by a woman at some point. So,
like, is she from the island Puerto Rican, or is she a New Rican?
No, she's from here. She's from the States. But her father's from Puerto Rico. Her mother's from New York, and she's from Philly.
Oh my God, you death wish.
Yep.
That's like
Yep.
all
three crazy fucking places. Yeah.
Do they vacation in Kissimmee too? Like,
no.
Okay,
That's
so those
crazy.
don't know, Kissimmee is the capital of Puerto Rico now after Maria. It's craziness. Like, you can't go anywhere. It's Puerto Rico now. Like, if you've been to the island and then you go to Puerto Rico, like all the cafeterias are there now. Like, it's amazing just how they've taken over the area. Like, I grew up in Miami, so I saw all that with the Cubans and whatnot. But
Right.
it happened so fast. I was living in Orlando at that point in time too, right after Maria. So I saw all of it happen and all the migration that came, like the migration. I don't know what you want to call it. They're citizens, so it's not like they don't have to fucking get a green card or anything. You know,
Right.
I talk shit to my wife all the time about it. But yeah, it's just crazy though. That they have taken over an area that bad. Like, I say bad. I'm not saying bad. They just take it over an area. It's just I don't know where people went.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I'm so sheltered, man. I've only been to, I've been to South Padre once, and other than that, I've been to Colorado a few times. That's about it, man. I haven't done anything traveling wise, which is unfortunate. Something I'd like to do one of these
days. Never been out of the States. Never been out of the States. I've been a few places, but never out of the States.
Yeah. No, I definitely haven't. Shit, I've only flown a couple times, so.
I counted the countries. I've been to 6 different countries.
Oh,
No.
shit. Well, you was in the military.
Well, yeah, you were military. Yeah.
No, only 2 of them for the military.
Which
really?
two?
Yeah, Japan and Korea.
Dude, that'd be crazy, bro.
Oh, I love that shit.
yeah.
I lived in Korea for
Japan
18 months.
was awesome.
Hey, when you were in Japan, did you see a lot of whale meat? Did you always hear stories?
I was there very
I hear
short time.
stories about, like, I've watched these shows, like, here we are, Animal Planet again. But, the whaling shows and stuff like that, they talk about the Japanese are still, kill whales and shit and sell the whale meat and shit over there. I didn't know.
No, but I did see dog farms in Korea.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
our
then
buddy
you go
Builder
to, like,
said he ate dog once when he was over there.
I would have. I tried to the whole time I was there because it's a delicacy. It was expensive. It was like if you go out there and get like the prime cut of beef, it was like 20,000 won. If you go out there to get a dog, it was like 40,000 won, which at that point was a lot.
That's so crazy being Americans that people are like farm dogs like we do cattle and shit.
Right.
That's wild.
Fucking.
Man.
I mean, I ate some crazy ass
specific
shit.
dog.
I have.
Yeah, like, certain type. They're bred for eating.
That's
not like
that's
pets.
No,
I couldn't do it, man. I don't know.
I tried some crazy things, but like I tried
the fucking bear back there's looking at me.
Tried fucking python, shit like that. But dog,
okay.
I don't know.
Kangaroo is closer to us than a dog. Like you talk like evolutionary. Like I think they're evolved more than a dog would be. Like those things are.
But we don't come from fucking kangaroos.
We don't come from dogs either.
I still wouldn't eat a fucking dog.
Hey, how you gonna eat man's best friend, man? What the fuck?
I won't eat a monkey. The only animal I won't eat is a monkey.
You was on that fucking that damn VHS you was talking about with the fucking monkey brains, bro.
That's why it traumatized me. That's why I don't eat monkey. I guess.
I want some monkey brains.
I might eat a monkey.
Was there anybody? So what's the your? I can't talk. I'm high as shit, and I got cotton mouth. Have you thought about anything like to do with Kick and shit like that? Or are you still 100% on Twitch?
I'm not 100% of what I want to do right now. Is Twitch. They have a few other fucking platforms opening up. Live Space is opening up. Kick is open, of course. Kick, I'm not 100% sure on because of everything that was in place when Kick opened up with the porn and gambling and shit like that. I wasn't a fan of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then it's owned by a gambling company. So I still don't know about it. Like gambling.
Right.
Yeah. A lot of people out there is, gambling.
Well, it's
so
not
profits
based
go
out of
up.
the United States either, like Twitch is,
Right.
It's I don't even know where it's based out of or whatever now, but it's definitely not the United States. So, like on Twitch,
and you don't know how
you're going to get your money right there. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know how that equity is going to go. I mean, and for the streaming, I'm not in it for subs and none of that shit. I'm just in here to have a good time and meet people and chat along the way.
Right.
So when it comes to that, when the kick, you don't know the equity part of it. Yeah, they pushing out deals where they're like, oh yeah, be a streamer, you get paid $16 an hour, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. Sounds good for people who wants to try to make a decent, living. $16 enough. $16 an hour is not enough for my pockets. You know what I'm saying?
Not even close.
No.
I mean, I'd have to do in some serious fucking streaming. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
I mean, 16 hours a day. 16 hours a day.
Sleep, wake up,
5 days a week.
Sleep, wake up, stream. Sleep, wake up, stream.
Right. I mean, it sounds cool. It sounds cool, but then at the end of the day, you gotta think: does it have dental? Does it have vision? Does it have health? Does it have anything? Life insurance,
shit, man. So you got to make real money. You got to make some real money to be able to, like, when you're talking to family people like us, to be able to say, "Hey, I'm going to full time stream, man." You're talking 6 figures or better. You know, you're going to have to make.
Oh, no doubt.
It was like a situation. I met this radio host when I was probably about 17 at 7-Eleven. And he's saying that in order to be a radio host, you really don't want to be a radio host with a family. You want to be a single guy as a radio host because of how much time you got to put out there, the girls you're going to be around, shit like that. And you don't want to have a family because you're not going to be around them as much. So it's basically the same concept as a streamer. We're at a radio host or whatever you want to see it as. At the end of the day, we have that same mindset. If you have a family, you got to focus on your family. At the end of the day, this is just a hobby. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a family and you're a single person and you say, shit, oh, let me sit down in front of this PC all fucking day. That's good for you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm thinking about me and my family.
Right. So this brings back to one of our previous guests, one of our first streamers, actually. Hundo said, you can't do this shit full time and raise babies. Try that shit afterwards, but you can't fucking do it when you're trying to raise babies. And I was like, that's the real motherfucker that's been on our podcast. So if you want to go back and listen to him,
he fucking
100 proof guy is fucking crazy.
Was cooking meth for the fucking Hell's Angels at one point in a cave and shit.
What?
Dude. Yeah, bro.
What? Yeah, dude.
Yeah, for real, man. For real. Went to prison for it and everything, dog.
Damn.
Yeah.
And talked about it all on the podcast. We're just like,
yep, it was pretty cool.
Oh, it was amazing.
Dude, Hundo's my boy. Hundo's my boy. He crazy old man.
Love that guy.
That dude, he's my boy. Like, he's down, like, never, like, as long as you're cool with him, then he's cool with you, and like he's got your back 100%.
I was somewhere in a place that I shouldn't have been with somebody from Hell Angels.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that can be a rough deal, man. Like I've rode motorcycles and I rode for a charity club and was around a lot, not the Hell's Angels, but some other clubs and stuff like that, man. And I've never really had any issues. I mean, they were other 1%er clubs, big name clubs, and I mean, it's one of those things where as long as I was respectful, it's the hub. You know, there's Galloping Goose and Mongols and Banditos, and I've seen Outlaws and all them guys around here. But they were always pretty, I mean, really respectful. I mean, it's one of them things where you didn't want to fucking step on anybody's toes or nothing. You know?
You show respect, you get respect. It's just
don't be something you're not, man. Just look them in the eye. Should be respectful and don't talk shit.
There's no reason to talk shit. Like, you shouldn't be trying to pick fights with people like that. There are people that have nothing to lose. We have shit to do. We have babies. We have families. We got careers. I don't get involved with. I've been around a lot of people in my day. I just never fucked around. Like, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Well, anything else you got going on you want to promote or anything like that, man?
I don't really like promoting because
or shout outs to some people who supported you and things. I know, man. We're here for you, man. So.
I know. I really don't like doing none of that self promotion. So I did just get partnered with W Energy.
Nice.
So we are now partnered with W Energy.
Hell yeah. What's W Energy?
W Energy is an energy drink. It gives you no jitters. They're based out of California. It's a powder energy drink. It, like I said, it gives you no jitters. It gives you energy. It keeps you focused. We're getting 4 samples coming up this week, and we're going to try them out on stream to let you know how everything tastes and stuff like that.
Nice. They
came and hit me up a couple days ago. I had to do a little bit of research on them to make sure they was legit and stuff like that. So they are FDA lab certified. Basically, the FDA goes on there and makes sure their shit's legit and stuff. Yeah. I was like, as soon as I seen that, I was like, yeah, okay, we good. I'm Do a little bit more
So is
research.
it a deal that you
and-
got to make money? Like you got to if they buy, you'll get
Discount
money.
stuff.
Yeah, so if I go ahead, I can give out my 10% discount code, and
There
you
we
can go
go.
ahead and use a 10% discount code, and I
What is
get
that
a
code?
commission. What's that? RMJ
What's the
Wolf
code?
underscore. 10% discount
There
code.
we go.
RMJ Wolf underscore. You can go ahead
I'm gonna
and
have
use
this
that.
down there.
Get the 10% discount code, and
I'll mark it for you, man. I don't give a shit.
Right, I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
I'm a
Yeah.
salesman. That's what I do.
That's what the fuck we're trying to do here, man. Is just help,
Right.
network.
I was in sales and marketing and shit. I just don't like to bring it onto other people's shit. You know what I'm saying?
No.
No, man.
I know how to go
All right,
about it.
this-
I just don't
this-
like doing certain shit.
Like, no, and I get that, man, because I'm the same way. Like, I'm super respectful, and well, Dolph will tell you, I'll get outright pissed if motherfuckers come in my chat and try to self-promote and shit like that, man. I just don't. I think it's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
It's
this
one of the only things you
this-
can't do on
This
his pod-
podcast is
stream.
what this is what we're trying to build is a place for people to come and self-promote. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the
Got
whole
you,
thing
yeah.
is we want you guys to want to come on here and self-promote and stuff and try to build something to where, like I said, down the road, like I've told everybody this, you come back on, we keep growing, come back on and just keep cycling and, building,
Hell yeah.
and then come back and
Hell
self-promote like down the road who knows, how long
Right,
you could be
right,
down the road. So you got other shit coming on you want to talk about, hit us up, come back, shit.
I do
we're
art streams.
6 weeks booked out now.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Hey, yo,
6 weeks booked right now. Yeah, it's crazy.
that's what's up. That's
Awesome.
crazy.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going really well, man. So far.
It's- since we've started doing the streaming side of this, it has taken on a life of its own. When we were doing the other episodes, like the
Took us a
cannabis
little while to
episodes,
find like our
Yeah.
niche or whatever, like what we actually wanted to do.
Yeah.
That you can tell from the beginning episodes, we were just kind of all over the place, picking different things to, and
Right.
so
yeah.
I'm really
But-
excited to see where it's come, So
We
But we're
was
getting,
basically
like,
doing the
probably
same thing for podcasts.
40, 50
Right.
views, 40, 50 views when
Okay.
we were doing like the other ones. And
Right.
top. As soon as we started hitting streamers, we started hitting in the hundreds. I mean, our top episodes like 270. Now.
Okay.
Like there's,
Okay.
yeah, there's getting some respectable views now.
Right. Yeah.
And it all is about the helping people see, like, because as we build more, as we bring more people on, because we get more subs every time we bring a new streamer on. Like, it's crazy. Like, you get
Well,
more
we've got
follows.
like
Man,
our
it's
buddy
awesome.
OG too. That like sometimes we just had another deal that we did with him where it was like a middle of the week. We just wanted to do an extra episode. And we hit him up and like, hey man, if you want to come on and just bullshit
Yeah.
with us, and then because like it was what was it
Cannabis and Kick.
Yeah, it was because we've went over to Kick and started streaming on Kick, so we were gonna do just a short episode talking about that shit. And we just decided to hit OG up, like one of the guys that's been on here before, and be like, "Hey, you want to join?" He jumped in, and he just joined back up for that one episode and stuff, and you get some more, try to get out there and give
Right.
people a way, to fucking like I said, come on and self promote and let their people know about them and shit.
Hell yeah. Well,
Hopefully
if
we
that's
keep
the
linking
case.
different communities
That's the
together and
case.
building and stuff, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
goal
yeah.
anyway, and who knows if it'll ever turn out that way. But I mean, that's what we're building towards. So,
That's what's up. That's
Shit.
the way to do it.
like I said, if you come down the road a little bit and you got some shit you want to talk about or self promote or whatever, hit us
Hell
up.
yeah.
Man, for real.
Something
Hell
coming
yeah.
on.
I've enjoyed the
events.
conversation. There, I feel like we could keep asking questions, keep going, but my ass got to get to bed for work. Shit, man.
I feel you. I feel you.
Bro, I
well,
really,
well,
do appreciate you taking the time to come and hang with us, though, man. For
Yes,
real.
sir.
It's
Yes,
been a
sir.
great
Anytime. It's definitely
conversation.
dope to have y'all. I mean, well, to join y'all. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely had a
And
good
if
time.
you're interested, man, we'll reach back out at some point and check with you, see if you want to come on and hang out. Or I know you got a family and don't always have the time, but don't ever feel like if we do reach out and you can't just say, hey, I'm busy, But
Right,
love
right,
to have you
right.
back on sometime too. So
Hell yeah.
For real.
I'm a hermit.
No
I don't
doubt.
do shit. I'm here all the time. And then I'll let
Hell
my
yeah.
work. So feel free to hit me. I'll
talk
definitely
me
make
into
room.
playing some
Move shit
motherfucking
around.
DayZ. That's what we need to do.
That's
I'll
what
do
you
something.
do.
I'll do something. I'll download it.
I
You
would
already
say
took the
come
move
play
for
with
the time.
us, but we're playing on a hard server right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, boys. RMJ Wolf, I love you, man. It's been great getting to know you a
Yes,
little
sir.
bit.
Love you too, my guy.
Until next time, Two Fried Eggs Podcast, baby. Peace.